alright?
Yeah, I'm not too bad.
What you up to?
Can I ask you why you're engaged in me?
Stop there a minute.
Why?
I'm just trying to identify who you are because you've got your face covered and you've... what's your name, please, sir?
I don't have to give you my name.
Okay, well, at this moment in time, we believe that you might well be wanted. Okay. Well, we'll cross that bridge in a minute once we've confirmed it. So that's why we need to identify who you are. It's all right. We'll do it another way. Just bear with us a second.
Can you start with your first name, please, sir?
I don't believe I have to provide your name.
Okay. Well, I believe that you're wanted, right? Okay. Just by your description alone, right? So I believe that you're wanted off a briefing that I've received today, right? So we can do it one or two ways.
Wanted for what?
Well, wanted for an offence.
What offence?
Well, wanted for an offence of harassment, actually. So I need to check you out in order to see A, if it is you, or B, if it isn't you, right? And if it isn't you, I'll bid you good day and off you go.
Right from the start, the officer's conduct is troubling. He stops the auditor on the back of a vague morning briefing. No description, no clear offence, just a broad assumption. Instead of explaining why, he jumps straight to demanding personal details with no legal basis. When the auditor refuses, the officer blurts out, "If it's not you, I'll let you go." That line alone shows a flawed mindset, your freedom hinging on proving you're not someone else. But UK law doesn't work on guesswork. Stops require real, specific grounds, not hunches dressed up as authority.
So if we start with your first name, or are we going to have to get a fingerprint scanner down here and find out who you are, or take you down to custody to try and identify you because you refuse to give me details?
I haven't committed an offence.
Okay, so if you haven't committed any offences, can I start with your first name, please, sir?
I don't need to give you my first name.
Okay, well, I believe you to be Christopher Green, and I'm detaining you currently.
I am not Christopher Green.
Right, okay, well, that's fine, but you're currently being detained up until the point that I can establish who you are. You're refusing to give me some details, so I need to establish who you are.
Please ask you to identify yourself.
Yeah, I'm PC 17768 Neil Williams.
And you, please?
Sergeant 15563.
Thank you. Right, which station?
Should we make it nice and easy for us and start giving just your first name, please?
Can I ask you which station you're from?
Yeah, I work at Withenshaw Police Station, work part of the X-Department and part of the Transport Unit for Great Manchester Police.
Thank you.
Okay?
Yep.
So we're going to start with your name then, please. And if there's nothing wrong, then we'll send you on your way.
When the officer suddenly declares, "I believe you to be Christopher Green," the stop takes a darker turn. The auditor calmly denies it, yet the officer pushes on, not to confirm identity, but to assert control. This wasn't about finding a suspect, it was about challenging someone who knew his rights. Declining to give a name without grounds is lawful, not suspicious, but the officer treated it otherwise. Worse still, publicly naming someone as a wanted suspect without proof risks breaching GDPR and the Data Protection Act. If the auditor isn't Christopher Green, then two people's reputations were dragged through the mud for nothing.
It's not Christopher Green.
Okay.
100 Alpha.
And what is your name, please? And have you got any anything to identify yourself?
I don't believe I have to answer these questions.
Right. You don't believe that you have to add, right, okay, well, I believe you to be wanted, right? So make it easy for us. Give us your details, identify yourself, show me some identification.
I don't believe I have to identify myself.
Well, you do.
We could arrest you, take you to custody and put you on a live scan machine. There's a necessity, if you're not giving your name and address, for us to verify who you are if we believe you to be wanted from the information we've got. So you can
I don't have to do that. You've not provided me with any grounds for an arrest.
Right, take your hands out your pocket so I can see them. I need to identify you. I'm trying to make it easy for you here, sir. So what I want,
I'm not in any threat to you.
No, not at all.
No, I'm not.
You had your hands in your pockets, and I don't know who you are.
Even after detaining the auditor, the officer still can't give a real reason. No crime, no evidence, just a vague matching description. When pressed for legal grounds, he sidesteps and fixates on the auditor's hands in his pockets, a weak attempt to invent suspicion. Then comes the clearest moment of all. He admits, "I don't know who you are." That single line exposes everything. This wasn't about crime. It was about unfamiliarity being treated as justification for detention.
So, up until the point that you identify yourself, make it easy for us, and if it isn't you, and I can establish who you are, and I can clearly identify you, then I'll send you on your way, right? Okay. But by you being obstructive at the moment...
I'm not being obstructive.
Well, you are, because you're refusing to provide me some details.
No, because I don't believe lawfully that I have to give you those details because I haven't committed any offence of harassment. I'm sorry.
Right, okay. Well, I believe you to be wanted, so I want you to, I need you to identify yourself in order for me to make those inquiries. And once I make those inquiries and find out that you are either wanted or you're free to go, I will then send you on your way. Okay? Oh, no, excuse me, I'm speaking.
You've asked me whether I'm Christopher Green, and I've said I'm not Christopher Green.
Right, and all I'll say to you is, right, identify yourself, because
stop giving me orders.
I'm the police here.
Speak to me respectfully.
I have done. I've tried.
Speak to me respectfully.
What I'll say to you is, you're not going anywhere up until the point that I can clearly identify you. Okay.
Right, but please continue.
There you go.
To speak to me respectfully. Okay.
So what's your name, please?
To speak to you always
start
respectfully.
With your name, please.
All through the encounter, the auditor stays calm and within his rights, making it clear he's broken no law and doesn't have to show ID without cause. But instead of responding professionally, the officer snaps, shouting, "No, I'm the police here." That outburst speaks volumes. Declaring authority doesn't make an action lawful. It just shows a loss of control. Rather than citing law or procedure, he leans on noise and intimidation. At that point, it's not about order, it's about forcing compliance. And when emotion replaces a law, the motive behind the stop becomes deeply questionable.
I'm not giving you my name.
Right, have you got any ID on you?
I'm not. I don't have to do this.
The problem is, we suspect you of an offence.
Why do you believe that you don't have to do this?
Because I don't believe I've committed a criminal offence.
Right, okay. Well, then make it easy for me, sir, right?
I don't have to make anything easy for you.
Yeah, you do, unfortunately.
No, I don't.
Why are you being so obstructive? If you're not committed any offence, we can check your details. Then
I don't have to discuss anything with you.
Why are you trying to avoid it?
I'm not trying to avoid anything.
Because it's going to be a long process for you if we have to take you to custody and put you on one of them live scan machines to find out who you are.
Well,
so it'll be a lot straightforward if you just give us your details. We can check if you want to not. If you're not, absolutely fine, which is what you're saying.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm not Christopher Green, and I'm saying I'm not committed to offensive harassment.
Who are you then?
I've just told you I don't believe that I have to give you that information.
The auditor isn't being difficult. He's calmly standing on his rights by refusing to hand over details without a legal reason. That's not defiance. That's exactly what those rights exist for. Instead of respecting that, the officer leans on pressure, warning of a long custody process, not because it's needed, but as punishment for non-compliance. Even his mention of the live scan machine exposes a tactic, using inconvenience as leverage. When officers rely on threats over law, it shows poor training and worse judgment. In the end, he only proves the auditor's point. Real authority shouldn't rest on intimidation.
And if I do, then I can give it to a desk sergeant or I can give it to a judge.
Please, so I can see exactly who you are.
No.
I'm going to let go of your arm now, yeah? Okay. What I don't want you to do is I don't want you to be putting your hands in your pockets.
Right? I won't do that.
Okay, because I need to be satisfied that you've not got something that can harm me or anyone else.
I promise you there's nothing in my pockets that could harm you.
It is, isn't it? Boss.
Do you want to go and have a look at that picture upstairs?
So guys, it looks like I'm going to be arrested here. Could you turn this off?
Right, you're under arrest on suspicion of harassment.
According to the evidence, unlawfully arrested. I've now passed the case on to HNK, and they are currently considering all of the information before they either accept or reject the case, and I'll let you know what happens there, guys.
This case is the clearest example of policing gone wrong. The officer never gave a lawful reason for the stop, yet kept demanding ID. When the auditor, autistic audit, rightly refused, arrest was chosen over reason, despite no crime being committed. He was peacefully filming outside the BBC, which is completely legal, but officers escalated on nothing more than a vague briefing and an unconfirmed description. The lead officer even named Christopher Green aloud without proof, an alarming breach of privacy. As the auditor pressed for justification, one officer snapped, No, I'm the police here, while another threatened a long custody process, using pressure instead of law. In the end, he was arrested on shaky assumptions alone. But with HNK solicitors behind him, he won compensation, a small victory with a big message. When vague suspicion replaces solid law, rights are trampled, privacy is ignored, and taxpayers pick up the bill. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out Autistic Audit, linked in the description.